Y'all better tighten up.
What's up, guys? Titan Lifestyle with Big Drew.
Titan Lifestyle back at it. It's Friday from Orlando. We're at a different location today. We're out here because we're the title sponsor, Titan Medical, of the Florida State Bodybuilding Show.
Oh, yeah. So we're out here in Orlando. We got down here last night, got some dinner, seen the hotel, seen the surroundings out here. Got a little good workout in this morning, a little pump action.
Yeah, hotel/airport. This place is huge.
Huge.
1,600 rooms.
Yeah, 1,600 rooms. Only 40 occupied.
Yes, we pretty much got the whole place to ourselves. It's perfect. Just to give you an idea how big it is, when we left breakfast this morning, the photographer Art, shout out to Art, he actually gave us the directions on our phone, on maps, how to get there, even though he was in the hotel.
Right.
It's the first time ever I've been inside of a hotel and had to use maps walking to get there. It was crazy. But we made it. We made it.
Absolutely, we made it. And we're making it good. We got a heck of a show for you guys. Talking about a lot of great topics today, man. From Therapy of the Week from Titan Complete, vaccines, hand sanitizer recalls, employees of cruise ships stranded, all types of things. Howl O Scream, AMC Movies are back up and about to be running here where tickets are cheap. And obviously we're out here for the big show that we're title sponsor of and we're going to be representing. And that's going to be tomorrow, which is going to be awesome. So without further ado, let's get into our talk with Titan Lifestyle. So let's go over the Therapy of the Week. Therapy of the Week, Titan Complete. One of my different favorite therapies as far as that goes, vitamin amino acid therapies. Now, what does it contain? Everybody always asks me that. So it's got methionine, inositol, choline. It's got your B complex, B12, all 3 and only 3 essential branch chain amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine. It's also got L-carnitine, so it is packed to the rim as far as for energy, cognitive enhancement, boosting metabolism, processing fats to the liver faster, help you hold on to lean muscle mass, help you lose weight, and just going to be an overall good for you therapy.
Yeah, it's the typical one a day, keeps the doctor away therapy.
Absolutely.
It's basically like a Centrum times 1,000 without, like he said, without killing your, not ingesting it, you're not having to go through your stomach and all that stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a one a day, and the carnitine and everything else helps with fat loss too. So a lot of times people automatically think it's vitamins, but it's not going to give me energy. Carnitine's great for energy.
Right.
B12 is great for energy. Yep. So it basically is like a one a day. Like a lot of the stuff we have. Before you guys used to see we had the 30 ml bottles, those are one a day. They're geared for 30 days. Now we bring them down to 10 ml. Same thing. A lot of our stuff is one a day.
Yep.
You got to keep up with it though.
Yep.
You don't take it for one a day, get a bottle of it, and then go 2 weeks without, and then back, and then 2 weeks without. Because like we say, your blood levels have to be stable.
Yep.
They have to be optimal all the time. So you don't want to just keep them. You want to keep them optimal all the time, not just good. You want to keep them great. So keep them great all the time with Titan Complete every single day.
Absolutely.
And you're good to go. So.
With anything you're trying to do, you guys want to be consistent, right? Yeah. That's how you guys get results, is being consistent, not just doing it here or there. It's a consistent thing that you guys need to do for progression and for results. This is great for daily. At very, very minimum, you want to take this every other day just to make sure everything's in your system, everything's rocking and rolling. And you guys can spread that 30 mLs out to 2 months if you guys really need to. Price a factor for you guys and stuff like that.
Or even if you don't if you're in one of those type of peoples where you don't like the injections, even though they're basically like nothing. I mean, it's like it's so small. Yeah. You could actually do 2 one day and go every other day. If you want to get but then again, one a day is always the best way because it keeps everything level, everything stable. So
absolutely,
that's just the way I do it.
So if you guys want optimal results, you guys are looking for something that's going to be good for you daily, help you out. You would take this usually in the morning because you want to get the metabolism boosting in the morning, get going so you guys can start burning through those calories, start burning the fat, give you guys that good natural energy boost for whatever you're trying to do, from work, workouts, hanging with the family, or just chilling, hanging out, and just want to be optimal. So Titan Complete, definitely one of our top vitamin amino acid therapies. Goes right along with Hercules Potion, ECAs. Works great in conjunctive with anything from HRT or any of our different therapies out there. So if you guys want to know more about that therapy or any other therapies, just call or text 727-389-3220, and our staff will be able to help you out, answer any questions you guys have, and go further with it if you guys want to become a patient and get on these great therapies. So guys, check it out. Titan Complete. All right? So let's get into this bad boy. All right, so vaccines. So vaccines are coming. We've always been talking about vaccines because of COVID-19. COVID-19's been out there, been affecting a lot of different people in the population. So vaccines are on the rise, and they're trying to get these vaccines done as fast as possible. a lot of pharmaceutical companies are working on vaccines. So there's a couple of vaccines that they said they're in the 3rd stage of trials, which are human trials. So at that point, we should be having a safe vaccine here very shortly. Well, we're in the state of Florida, and they just announced that Florida is going to be a part of the vaccine pilot program. There's only 3 other states that are going to do this, so they haven't really released a lot of information of exactly what they're going to do, but they did say that our state, California, Dakota, I think it was South Dakota, and Philadelphia are going to be the areas which are going to receive this pilot program for vaccines. So we're going to see. They said that basically for herd immunity to get over this coronavirus, that 70% of our population is divided in we don't know, we want to wait a little bit, and then you got those people out there that are anti-vaccinators, and they just don't want to do it, period. They're not going to do it no matter what.
Yeah.
You know?
I think part of the reason some of those people don't want to do it is because they don't want to be a part of like the trial or the early stages. It's like one of those situations where they'll have trials of vaccines certain places.
Yeah.
But you know, you kind of I think some people will kind of want to wait and see what happens first before they jump into it. You know, kind of like with medication.
Yep.
New medications come out, they're not really FDA approved or this and that.
Yep.
People kind of sit back and wait what happened. That's the same thing with the
hydroxychloroquine.
Same thing. People want to sit back and wait what happened. We called it out. You know, Trump even called it out.
Yep.
And then it took a while. You know, the FDA finally approved it.
Yeah,
so.
for emergency use and stuff like that. And there's all types of stuff out there. So it's been back and forth about that too as well. But we got to remember, so there's going to be those anti-vaccinators out there no matter what. You know, there's proof in the pudding. You got those people out there, and usually they're on the West Coast. And what's happened with that is like measles and everything. Like some of these diseases that have been gone or almost eradicated, there's been anti-vaccinators because people said like people get autism and all types of stuff from these vaccines, and they just won't vaccinate. Well, they've had outbreaks in these different states before COVID-19 with some of these different diseases that were almost eradicated and have definitely came back, like measles and stuff like that. So we got to remember this stuff is there for us. And remember this, when they first started coming out with vaccines before, all right, because there is the linkage to autism possibly and stuff like that. Well, they were using the exact same needle back then, okay? There's a whole bunch of different protocols and processes. The medical field has advanced light years from where it was when we first came out.
Yeah, those are the days where the cold would take certain people out.
Yes.
You know, like back in like the day, like when they, back in the days where a guy would, get his foot gashed, have an infection and die. Nowadays, he takes them, he'd be fine.
Right, it's antibiotics ready to go.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So just remember this, guys. We give you guys this good information. So please, if you guys are on Facebook, just share this. If you guys are on Instagram, please tag a couple people, okay? And then if you guys are on YouTube, press the notifications, all subscribe. You guys will help us out, okay, as well. So the next one, hand sanitizer recall.
Yeah, it's when it first happened, it was like a small amount. Now it keeps more and more and more, like more of these. I don't know if I want to use the word exposed.
Yeah.
But a lot of these companies are getting I don't know if it's exposed is the word, but it's not a good thing when you have something that's supposed to help with something, cause another problem.
Exactly.
So it's almost like a double spread.
Right.
So it's not good because think about it. A lot of people that are using sanitizer are people. That don't have the virus, that are trying to prevent themselves. So if they're trying to prevent themselves and have other problems, then everybody's affected.
Of course.
So I mean,
well, here's the big thing. When this virus came out, everybody started buying up all the hand sanitizer, all the Clorox, all the Lysol. Like you can't even get Lysol if you go into like a regular store. The aerosol cans, they're starting to finally get back with the supply chain. So what did everybody do? Everybody thought, listen, this is a great idea. We're going to start jumping on making hand sanitizer and make a whole bunch of money because at this point it's a vulnerable state for everybody. And
bathrooms and everything. Even the bathrooms here now is different. They give you instructions how to wash your hands, 20 seconds, this and that. So it's wash, sanitize.
Yeah. So, the big thing about this was hand sanitizer. Me and Drew were talking about this just before we got on the show. Where, everybody's got these hand sanitizers setups, right? Whether it's be an electrical one or they've got the pump one or whatever it is, and they've got them all around. Now, it's great if it says Purell on the outside, but what are they filling that up with? You got to really be careful where you're getting hand sanitizer from. And to even think about where we have to get hand sanitizer from. This was never a problem or issue before.
Yeah, and the thing is soaps, everything that comes out of a dispenser, everything's automated now. So what they do is they try to make it contactless, but then when it's contactless, you don't really know. It just kind of spurts something into your hand.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, and not only that too, depending on what it is. I mean, I'm sure large companies like places like this hotel or places have their own.
Right.
But if it's a smaller business, if it's a small privately owned gas station, this small privately owned business, they may just have that same pump there.
Right.
They may even be making their own and filling that up, and then you would never know. Then you could have like even more
issues.
I mean, I've seen people talk about bleach and certain things like that to make sanitizer. I mean, come on, that's
it's not smart.
That's not good. It's not good for you.
Not smart
at all.
Not smart at all,
so,
guys.
It is crazy, like what you say. Like now we actually have to think about. We actually have to think where the sanitizer is coming from.
Right.
You have to bring your own sanitizer.
Right.
So,
so if you guys don't know, the FDA has this list on their website of the different brands that are out there that are bad brands. And what it is these brands, they put on the label that it was methanol, right? And it's not methanol that was made with. It's actually this wood cleaner. And some people have actually ingested these hand sanitizers and died. So this is pretty serious. So, absorbing into your body could be toxic at that point. So just watch out where you guys are getting the hand sanitizer. Big shout out to Rodney. What's up, Big Rod? OG Titan.
Big Rod.
Yeah, man. So we're out here. We're at the Deke. We're the Deke Warner event, the Titan Medical Center, title sponsored of the Deke Warner Show, Florida State Classic. We'll be here. It goes on tomorrow. We'll be here all day. We'll be there giving away gear and stuff like that. So if you guys are coming down, or you guys are in the area, Orlando, come see us. Come say hi. Get some free gear. All right, guys?
We'll be at check-ins today too. So if you guys want to come by, see us at check-ins, come by, grab a shirt, hit the iPad. Talk to us about Titan. We'll talk to you about the show.
Absolutely.
Give you some free stuff. But you gotta hit us up. You gotta come by. You gotta hit the thing. If you come, actually, you know what? If you come by the check-ins and say Team Titan, you get a free T-shirt.
There you go.
So anybody who comes to the check-ins today and walks up to me or John or any of the girls at the booth or whoever's there and says Team Titan, automatically you get a free T-shirt.
Yep, and you might even get some exclusive Titan gear, some Nike gear, some leggings, whatever it may be. So make sure you say Team Titan. You guys say, hey, listen, we've seen you guys on live, and we'll hook you guys up with something exclusive for you guys. So you guys look good. You guys are representing, looking good, and feeling good at the same time, all right? Next one. 1,200 cruise employees are stranded.
I can't believe it. The thing is being in Florida, we're in Florida, so we don't really realize that other places are still being affected by it. I mean, the gyms are open here, the beaches are open here, the hotels are open here. So it's kind of like you forget that places are still being affected. But I could not imagine being on a ship. And the thing with those people that are on cruise ships, I mean, they're used to being on a ship, so for them it's kind of like they're just not moving, so they're used to being stuck in one place.
Right.
But mentally, they must be losing their mind, knowing that you can't leave. Just like I said in past shows, I love to be home, but I don't like to be told I have to stay home.
Right.
So I mean, who knows? I don't know why they can't just bring him in somewhere.
They need to bring him in. At this point, they've been quarantined out there long enough. The cruise ships are obviously not working right now, so at that point, they've left these guys out in those waters and stuff like that, in these boats. They need to get them back here. They need to take care of their employees. I think that's number one. At that point, they're talking about, because the money might be running out here federally. They're probably going to get more money, so they just need to do the right thing. Get their employees back to shore.
A lot of those employees, too, from the cruises I've been on, a lot of the employees are from other countries, too. So not only are they just stuck on a ship, they're stuck on a ship away from their country. They may be speaking their second language the whole time and not be able to be with them. I mean, it just might be a completely...
family, whatever
it's not like, they're out, 100 miles from home and they can't come home. They may be thousands of miles from home, and their family doesn't know what's going on because the Wi-Fi might be different where they're at, so it's crazy. I can only imagine being out there. It's crazy.
I mean, think about it. The Wi-Fi here, we were like trying to search for the best position in this hotel to get the Wi-Fi down here to give you guys a new, fresh, clean area, some scenery where we are at. So, out there, it's just crazy. So, I want to make sure that everybody's taken care of out there, make sure their employees get back and get back safe, and then get back to their families and do whatever they need to do for COVID-19. Next one, sheriff orders no mask. So this is here in Florida. So Florida, we always got the best stories for you guys.
Yeah, it's the crazy thing about Florida is people always talk about it. I mean, unless you're here, you don't really realize. Like, it's really, I mean, we have the best of the best and the worst of the worst. So, I mean, you got to laugh about it, but I mean, we really have the best of the best of the worst of the worst. Super Bowl's coming here. We had a big, huge bodybuilding show coming here. We had another one that was supposed to be in New York. Now it's here. A New York show here. The beaches are open here. There's no mask here. I mean, you hear the numbers on TV, the spread. So people that aren't in Florida, if you hear all these numbers and you say it's crazy down there, if I was in Florida, I'd be in home. When you're actually here, it's not as bad as what you see on the news.
It's not.
With the numbers, it's not as bad as what you see on the news. I mean, I heard in Georgia with the school thing and the spread. So I mean, it's
800 kids quarantined.
800 kids quarantined.
It's a lot.
It's kind of backwards how down here certain things are closed. I mean, everything's open pretty much,
except for nightclubs. That's it, and they're opening.
But all they do is just open up. All they do is start serving food and relabel it as a restaurant. Change their hours. That's pretty easy in that way.
Yeah.
But it's different being down here because like you're really never going to experience what you experience here.
Absolutely, dude.
It's nothing like you see on TV. It's not all palm trees and this and that. It's craziness, but I love it here, and I'm glad I moved here.
Yeah, man. So the sheriff basically said that, because there's a mandate in their county, and most of the mandates in here in Florida are that you got to wear a mask indoors or inside businesses. So this deputy or the sheriff basically said that all his deputies, if they're working, they're not to wear a mask. They're not to wear a mask inside of the sheriff's office, and they're not to wear a mask when they're on duty. Now, the reason behind this was because of all the problems that have been happening with cops and civilians and issues, and basically they want to make sure whoever that's coming through the door, they can recognize to make sure that they're not trying to do some sort of harm to them. And the other portion was communication.
Yeah, they're not going to understand commands from an officer if he's muffled up and he can't really.
That was another thing. So they didn't want a misunderstanding in communication. Now, listen, I think you can speak through the mask, as long as you pronunciate, you guys can pretty much get your message across. But listen, the sheriff says, he don't want his deputies to do it or anybody who's working for him. He said if people have a problem with this, they're coming inside, they can wait outside until the other person's done in front of them and come in there singly. So we'll see how this goes. Obviously we're wearing our masks, we're trying to stay safe, and we're trying to do the right thing for people out there. And it just is what it is. So there's going to be people for it and people against it.
Yeah, and for you guys that see us without our masks, the reason why we don't have our masks on right now is because we're literally probably more than about a football field from the closest people. This hotel is huge and there's barely anybody here. So we're literally hundreds of feet from the closest person.
We're going to give you guys a 360. I mean, there's nobody down here, nobody in here. This is the convention center here at the Hyatt Regency.
And if you turn these corners that you're seeing, you literally have hundreds of feet of hallways before you even get to anywhere. So
I don't see anybody. And like we said, this is a 1,600-room hotel. It only has 40 rooms occupied.
Yeah, you guys want to come to the Hyatt, you might as well come now.
I mean it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, which has been really good for us because you know what? The staff usually always likes us when we come in. But they like us even more because, man, they ain't really see anything. They didn't really get no business. So at that point, they were excited to see us, and they've went out of their way. So big shout out to the Hyatt Regency Orlando for taking care of Team Titan all the way through and through. We really appreciate everything down here in Orlando.
If I would have known it was going to be like this, we brought a scooter. We could have scooted around in here.
I was just thinking about that. We could run races in here, man. It is ridiculous what we could do.
We have a tight net race.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Then we can have Jen and Eva face off.
A race or something.
That'd be funny. Big shout out to Jose Santiago. My man's back in Tampa. Another Team Titan member. So let's go on. Howl O Scream. So if you guys heard us the other couple weeks ago, we were talking about how Universal Studios and Disney have canceled their Halloween Horror Nights and the Disney parades, like the Halloween stuff that they had going on there. Well, Howl O Scream is owned by Busch Gardens and the same company pretty much, and they said they're going to stick with Howl O Scream. It's just going to be a little bit different this year. So
just like everything else.
Everything's different. Everything's a new normal and stuff like that. So at that point, what's going to happen is usually Howl O Scream has about 700 or 800 houses, and most of them are indoors. So what they said they're going to do is scare sites outdoors. So they're probably going to have a lot of outdoor haunted houses and scare areas and stuff like that, which is still cool because, we all love Halloween, I think. At that point, we get to dress up, we get to take our kids there, we go there, have a fun time. Team Titan will definitely do a little run there for sure. We usually go there and take the whole crew and have a good experience there. So big shout out to Busch Gardens keeping Howl O Scream and sticking by the tradition of Halloween, because that's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's good that they can at least do that. I mean, they took away the trick-or-treating and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's good they have something going on. I'm worried, or not worried, but I'm interested to see what's going to happen running into these major holidays. Not saying Halloween isn't a major holiday, but these major, religious holidays. I'm interested to see what's going to happen running into those, because
Thanksgiving,
Christmas. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, it's going to be crazy going into those holidays, because those are huge holidays where everyone pretty much celebrates them. Everyone travels, everyone sees family or stuff like that. So Halloween might not be a big deal to certain families.
Right.
Certain families, they don't want their kids to celebrate Halloween.
Right.
But I mean, Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah and things like that is completely different.
Way bigger, man. Way bigger.
How you gonna eat Thanksgiving? You can't have Thanksgiving. You can't get everybody together and eat.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You're showing up to people's houses, knocking on the doors. How many people you have in here? You have mask on? You social distancing?
Pass me a turkey leg. I can't. I'm 6 feet away.
You want to play?
Yeah. So hopefully, we're gonna get over this soon. Hopefully, maybe the vaccine will come out. Maybe a lot of people have that. There's a lot more therapeutics out there than ever that they're using on patients, and I think the death rate has went down a little bit as far as that goes. I know Florida's been trending down in some of these different areas, and so is the country. So hopefully, we will get back on track in some sort of light way, and hopefully get back to where we used to be in some way, shape, or form. I just don't know if we're ever going to get back like that without masks, or without this distancing, or without people getting scared as hell if you cough, sneeze. You might have allergies. I mean, there's just a lot of things. When you hear somebody sneeze now, you're like, oh, or cough, like, oh, you don't know.
Hold it in. You hold it in. Eyes watering, veins in my head. I'm not going to sneeze, especially if I'm on an elevator or something. It's pretty bad.
Oh, man.
One thing about Halloween, though, that I haven't really heard people talk, not just Halloween, anything that's like the new norm, like you talking about the new norm for kids. If a kid's 4, 5, 6, it's going to be a lot easier for him, obviously, than us. Right. But the difference is to them, it's really not going to be that bad in 15, 20 years. To us, it's going to be. So one good thing about it is kids that are really young, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be good for them, because it is going to be. That's not going to be the new norm for them. It's going to be the norm.
Right. So.
kind
of example, like, we were talking about, I was talking with, like, my dad and a couple other people, like, remember, like, cars didn't have seatbelts. So nobody wore seatbelts. Now they wear seatbelts everywhere. So it's kind of like, just getting used to it and getting the routine of doing it. And it was kind of like the mask and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Just like we have to wear underwear, they're going to try to make us wear masks or whatever it is. And it is what it is. But it's kind of crazy. Even
shoes when you go in the store.
Exactly. No shoes, no shirt, no service.
They got to make masks. One thing they have to do is, other than the face shields, they have to make a mask that you could just throw on quick. Because the mask is a pain. It's like the ear looping and this and that. I mean, I'm sure they have some. But if anybody knows out there masks that you could just literally just grab, boom, put it on quick, other than a face shield, let me know, because I need that.
Gotta see, man. We gotta see what we can do about this. I've seen a lot of different things coming out with masks. If you like the open one where you can see somebody's mouth now, but it's clear. People that are deaf and stuff like that, they can see it and they can read. We can read lips, which is really cool. Or you can see people's expressions. So that was the other big thing. Like when I call to somebody, usually like I like them or something like that, or I'm just meeting somebody that I'm really excited to meet, I got a smile on my face, and that puts people like that puts people relaxed.
You don't know if someone's mad or happy.
You can't really see the expressions, and you can't see if they're really happy with what you're saying or really upset with what you're saying. I mean, you can look at their eyes and they might squint.
If you have glasses and a mask on, it's like you're basically like nothing.
This is like, like people like when they were rob banks, they put a mask on, glasses on, hat on. I mean, at that point, you're disguised, and might as well call it Halloween every day of the year.
Exactly.
Right?
And the thing is once you become so used to people with masks on, there's going to be a lot of times people work at a job where you have to wear the mask coming into the job, and you government or airport or whatever, and you can't wear it to leave. So you may work with someone for months at a time. You don't know what they look like without the mask, unless you have their social media. But you might only see them with the mask.
It's true.
It's kind of like the teacher in high school. You always see him in his teacher clothes, and all of a sudden you see him out somewhere. Like he's really a normal person.
Right.
So it's like, see people with masks every day. It's like you don't even know what they really look like.
You have
Pay
no
attention
idea.
more to their eyes, I guess.
Even with girls, like makeup, lipstick. I mean, they put it on or whatever because they might be going to their jobs, but then they have to put the mask on. And I've seen it. Listen, I've got tons of girls that work at our job. I've seen different girls, right? And then they have like makeup inside their mask and stuff like that. So it's kind of at that point they have to wash their mask every day. Or if anybody sees their mask, like, oh, what's going on in your mask here? It's kind of crazy.
Before too. Grab my girl's mask.
Right? You're like, what's up the makeup in here?
I think it's me. Then I look at the mask. I'm like, oh, it's the wrong one.
Trying to make us look pretty with some foundation on our face, some lipstick, right? All right, so
have you seen the mask? Real quick, have you seen the mask that they have that has a picture of a nose with like runny nose? It's crazy. Like these kids are wearing masks, and the mask has like a picture of like a snotty nose, basically. So it's like it's kind of like I mean it's crazy.
I've seen the other different ones like now you can't open your phone. So the coolest thing with some of these Apple phones when they came out a year or two ago was the face recognition. You didn't have to do your code to unlock your phone or press anything. Right when you looked at your phone, it unlocked. It opened up for you, right? So now with these masks, you have a mask on, a regular mask on. It doesn't just open up. You have to actually type in your code because it doesn't recognize your face. Well, now there's companies out there that are making masks that actually they replicate the bottom half of your face and actually will open up your phone for you. So phone recognition works for them. So it's just crazy how different things have changed like that.
I know they have to have that because before I went to Apple, when I had Samsung, I had the tablet I had the stay awake thing where if you're looking at it, it'll have like an icon of an eye to let you know you're looking at it, and the screen will stay on. If you look away, this and that. So if it could recognize your eyes from that, why not just make it the eyes?
Right.
Only eyes. I mean, your eyes. The technology, they have to be able to scan your eyes.
Yeah.
Certain high agencies or high elite jobs in government, they scan your eyes for certain things.
Absolutely.
So why not just make that? I mean, then it'd kill everything.
They probably will. And you know what? That's Microsoft technology with Android, because I literally, like, all my stuff is Apple. Like, all my computers, all my phones, tablets, the whole nine. But for our security system at Titan, it's ran off this, this program and software that only runs with PCs, which is Microsoft or Dell or whatever it is. But at that point, it has that, just like that. You're talking about the eye that blinks at you and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. The technology should definitely have to change. I mean, we're gonna have to do something. They're gonna change to adapt to what's going on, I'm sure.
Or go back to the fingerprint. You grab your phone, just hold it, unlocks it, and fingerprint.
Absolutely.
And now that you have your mask on, you could go back to the fingerprint. That way you don't have to punch in numbers. You just kind of grab your phone, push it, you're looking at it anyways.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so different things are going on. Technology is going to advance, and it's going to adapt to what we're doing right now, for sure. We're going to see more and more. All right, so AMC Movies are back.
Can't wait.
I'm pumped about that. I'm really excited. Yeah. Here in Florida especially. So next Thursday, they're going to open up AMC 20 and then most of the movie theaters in Florida. And then
cost.
Yeah, so cost is another thing. On opening day, they're going to sell 15-cent tickets.
15 cents.
15 cents.
I want to know what year movies were 15 cents and what was it? I don't know what it was. But we're bringing it back. If anybody knows, this is crazy. This is like what you hear when you talk to older people. Like back in the day, I used to go to the movies. $2, I get a hot dog, a popcorn, and this. It's crazy. 15 cents. That's crazy.
I remember my dad used to tell me like, yeah, man, like McDonald's, like 10-cent hamburgers and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was looking at check this out. So I was looking at a comic the other day that I got, and it was Spider-Man. It was like, I don't know, 29 or something like that. And it was 1965. And it was funny because I was looking at the price of it then. It was 12 cents for a comic book. And usually like $2, $3, $4 now. Might even be more. I don't even know. It just depends on what the book is. But just crazy how inflation and pricing has inflated through time.
15 cents.
15 cents? Yeah. Anybody can afford that.
You bring 10 people for $1.50.
Oh, man. That's where it's at for sure. Yeah. So they're going to open up responsible. So they've got new cleaning techniques. They were talking about they're going to take some things away, like, which people are probably going to be upset about this. So no unlimited refills. So you're not going to be able to get unlimited refills. You have to wear a mask the whole time as soon as you enter while you're sitting down watching the movie. Now, the thing about the mask, I totally understand, right?
They have food, but you have to wear the mask when you're watching the movie.
That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna have to like take it off, take a bite, put it back on. Take it off, take a bite, put it back on.
Butter, popcorn all over your mask, the straw.
That's what you're talking about. Inside the mask, now it's dirty.
I don't think they're really gonna enforce it. I think they're just saying that. I think once you're on your seat,
they're gonna enforce it for sure.
Well, how are you gonna eat?
I don't know.
No, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna enforce it in terms of if you're eating. Like in other words, if they see someone pull their mask down, take a sip of their soda, put it back on, you have to leave the theater.
So
I think it's going to be if they look and see someone just without their mask.
I think you're right. But now they're going to have to hire somebody just to overlook and police that.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. First of all, they don't want it mask-wise. Now they're putting restrictions on what masks you can wear, which is really crazy when I see this. Disney was the first company that I've seen do this, and they've led the way in a couple different areas. The first one with the mask. So now that it's a particular mask you have to wear. The face covering cannot have a ventilation in it. It cannot have a ventilator. So let me give you an example. So I have this mask right here. It's triple ply and it's got a filter inside, but it can't have this ventilator on the outside. This ventilator doesn't filter anything that I'm breathing out, so they don't want this air to get out in the public. So your face covering cannot have a ventilator in it. Now, the thing with the ventilator is it makes sure that hot air is not shooting up to your eyes. So if you're wearing glasses like Drew is, it's not going to fog his eyes up. So if somebody's wearing their own glasses, regular prescription glasses, they're not going to be able to go without it fogging up, right? Unless it's an anti-fog mask that you can breathe through and stuff like that, which is pretty crazy. And Disney actually made that their first rule of the mask when they started getting into it. The second thing was, and this is where Disney led the way, was they had it so where if people were eating or drinking, they could pull down their mask. So what happened was people always abuse things, and usually that's when things get restricted back, is when people abuse things. So what people were doing was buying a glass of water and then walking around the park the whole time with their mask off and saying, I have water, I'm drinking.
The thing is that's something that I could see myself doing.
Right?
Like finding a way like to
abide
by the rules but still get my way.
So what they did was now is you cannot walk and eat or drink at Disney. You have to be seated or in the dining area, and then you can pull down your mask and eat and drink, and then you have to get up and put your mask on and do it.
That means there'll be no seats available. That means everyone's going to be standing around there. They have to get extra seating. I mean, there's going to be
it's going to be crazy.
People sitting on places they're not supposed to be sitting.
So Disney thought that, 50% occupancy, they were still going to have a lot of tourists. So Disney has actually fell short of that goal, and they've actually cut back their park hours by 2 hours, closing 2 hours early, which is crazy. Now, back to the movies. The movies are going to do 50% occupancy. They're going to do some other different things as far as sanitation-wise and different things. Another big thing that I've seen that a lot of different things are going to, which is kind of scary, is that they're going 100% cashless. That means you have to have a debit card or a credit card or some other form of payment to pay for the movies and your drinks or whatever it is. So usually that old saying, cash is king. It's not king in some of these different areas, which is kind of crazy too.
I could see a lot of places in food service places doing that because you're touching money, touching food, touching money. So cashless, I mean, I don't agree with only having cashless, but it doesn't affect me at all. Because I'm basically cashless now anyways. I mean, Apple Pay, everything. I mean, I could just go in the store and boom from my watch and not have to. It's a lot easier. I don't have to always bring my bulky wallet with me if I'm working out. So, but it sucks for people that don't have that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because there are people out there that can't get credit cards.
You do want to use cash.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to use cash.
Well, yeah. You might have cash. You might have cash saved up or whatever it is, and you want to use that cash, So
have a dollar drawer at the house. The way you use that dollar junk drawer with change in dollars, you could just
Exactly. I was always taught, hey, listen, if I had cash, I put a little cash away, and then it just keeps growing. You have that cash box. You have that seed money or put away money. So
you know what they should have now that I'm thinking about? You know how they have Coinstar where you could bring a whole bunch of coins, everybody brings the jugs? They should have that where you could dump that in there, link it, and it goes straight to your account.
Yeah,
so
for
you
sure.
Just dump it in there, go straight to your account, and now you can use your phone, you can use your card or whatever, not even have to get the receipt and go to the register. Why not just shoot it right to the bank?
Yeah.
Go in there, put it. It'd be so much easier, and they get a lot more business that way.
Absolutely.
So I don't know why they don't just do it like that.
Absolutely.
Give me 10%.
Yeah, so hopefully the coin shortage isn't out there and stuff like that. Give me 10%, right? So cashless might be another thing that we're looking at here in the future. So who knows? And the whole thing with Bitcoin and stuff like that, years ago, people were like, oh, Bitcoin's never going to be accepted. Where Bitcoin started to be accepted more and more to a lot of places. A lot of bigger companies are starting to accept this. And I think the government's also doing a test run, a pilot run on cryptocurrency. So that's kind of what Bitcoin is, or these other different forms. So you might want to start looking into it. I remember a long time ago when Bitcoin was up, it was like $20,000 for a Bitcoin. And then it just dropped. Well, I invested some money like right after it dropped. And I looked at it last night because I never look at anything like that. I only invested like $1,000, but it doubled the money. I couldn't believe it. So I got $2,000 into $1,000. I mean, it's literally been probably about 2 years.
Yeah, but you didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything. I thought I was going to lose all that money, to be honest. When Bitcoin took the big drop, and at that point, I made a little bit of money, and it's just still in there. I kind of totally forgot about it. So it's just like savings, right? So it's pretty cool. All right, so our last topic. Deke Titan Medical Center putting together a heck of an event for the Florida State Classic here in Orlando, starting tomorrow. We're already down here representing, got a workout in, got some dinner last night, got to hang out a little bit. We're gonna do some fun activities after this, so we're raring to go.
Yeah, so make sure you don't just tune in now. You be checking with us throughout the day because we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Absolutely.
We might be at the pool, we might do something crazy, some skits for you guys or whatever.
Yeah.
But keep checking back with us throughout the day, throughout the whole weekend.
Yep.
It's gonna be a good weekend here in Orlando.
We're gonna have some killer content for you guys, some fun content, some educational content. We're gonna be going live from the show tomorrow and doing all types of different stuff. You know how Titan does it. We're doing it first class all the way through and through. So you guys stay tuned to everything that we got planned for you guys. And I think that's it, man. So it's been a good show.
It's been a great show from a great
New
hotel,
location, right?
Great location. I don't know if you guys could hear us okay, but yeah, it's perfect. Perfect day outside.
Yeah.
Not a cloud, well, a couple clouds in the sky, but you know, it's always blue, it's always hot in Florida, it's always sunny. It's going to be a great day.
They were talking about 60% of rain, so we'll see if we can get out there and get some sunshine. We'll show you guys how it is. If you guys aren't here in Florida, if you guys are here in Florida, enjoy it because it's Friday, right? Yeah. You got the weekend coming, so make sure you guys are staying healthy, staying safe, and, you know, hanging out with your loved ones and your friends and having a good time. Enjoy life because you only have one body and one time to live on this earth, so this is your time. So make sure you guys take advantage of that.
Exactly, and also make sure if you want to come get your free T-shirt, make sure you come to the check-ins today. The check-ins, the weigh-ins, when the competitors come, that's what they do. They come, they sign in, they get weighed. They'll all be there. We'll be there. Make sure you come by and say Team Titan. If you say Team Titan, you'll get a free shirt. So just come by. It's that simple.
You guys will love it. So I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Thank you and hi to all you guys out there. I appreciate it. Been another Titan Lifestyle with Big Drew. Make sure you guys are checking out our social medias. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you guys are staying locked to YouTube, right? Press all notifications. Make sure you guys are hitting that bell so you guys are getting all the content that we're pushing out to you guys.
That's it. Pretty much we've covered everything. We're signing off, and also check out the podcast. If you have a long drive here, check out the podcast. You can listen to us on your way here today. Signing off, Big Drew, Titan Lifestyle, and I'm out.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you later.
I'm tightened up. Y'all better tighten up.